Hi, it's Mitch from Pickdawgz.com here with the free pick in the Indiana versus Harvard college basketball matchup on Sunday, November 26, 2023. Of course, I do tons of free picks every day, and when you give out as many free picks as I do, you're going to like some games more than others, and those are the ones I put under the Premium Picks tab. You can use the discount code PICK for 15% off any purchase of our premium picks. Of course, we now have the Dime Club and Sharp Trading Plays meant for players who make bigger bets. If that's you, call or text the number that you see on the screen. They're not available on the website. The only way to get Sharp Trading Plays and Dime Club is to text. But let's get to this one. Indiana taking on Harvard. Indiana 4-1 on the season. Harvard 5-1. Both these teams trying to break out of what have been a little bit of a disappointing run. Indiana made it to the NCAA tournament last year, kind of after some rough terrain that they had been through the past several seasons, but they get there. They're favored against Miami and get pretty much pounded in that game. The final score wasn't close, but the game was really not even as close as that, as Miami absolutely dominated them and showed everybody just how far the Hoosiers had to come. Indiana was somehow favored in that game. It was a strange thing indeed. Meanwhile, Harvard 5-1 entering this season. Really not that high expectations of this Harvard team. Tommy Amaker, his first few seasons at Harvard, the team has done extremely well. And then the last 2 years, not so good, not really a factor in the Ivy League, but they are off to that 5-1 start to the season. And we'll just take a quick look at how they got there. Beating Colgate, losing to a decent Boston College team, beating UMass and Northeastern, and beating Rice. So, Harvard has certainly played well in the underdog role, a place where they find themselves today, and really about the same point range that they find themselves today, in that 4 to 6 point range, and winning most of these games outright, except for that loss against BC, where really they weren't embarrassed, even though they didn't cover the spread. They were getting 6 in that game and lost by 9. But, the Crimson, always a team that can move the ball around, shoot from the outside, and this team shoots extremely well, just like a typical Harvard team, shooting 39.1% from beyond the arc, shooting 47.7% from the floor. So super efficient up against an Indiana team that's been bad for a while because their defense has been pretty bad for a while. It's Indiana. You're going to get good players. You're going to get guys that can score. But this Indiana team doesn't really appear to have any of those either. It's just, I don't think this Indiana team is actually going too far this season. I know the Indiana fans that watch our YouTube videos, they usually hammer me at this point, but at the same time, a win over Louisville I don't find overly inspiring, and the loss to UConn, it was a blowout. So I don't know. I think this game is probably in a tournament style, neutral court setting. I think it probably favors Harvard and their style of play. I think Harvard keeps it close enough, gives themselves a chance to win outright at the end. I'm going to take Harvard, and that's going to be my free pick. Of course, while you're doing your picks, putting your bets in, use our free betting tools at sportschatplace.com. They're 100% free, and they're going to tell you how often each of the bets on the board today have actually hit historically. Then pair them with today's odds, putting you on the most favorable bets for today.